Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. You have not been hearing me. And nobody said it in the chat. Alright, so let me do that again. Let me do that again. Welcome to another episode of AJAWI TV, where we discuss architectural and construction related topics. I'm AJAWI, and for today we'll be basically giving you an update, right? And speaking about the construction boom that is going on in Jamaica at the moment, right? Thanks for that, Shells. Thanks for that. Alright, so I have been doing some stuff in the background for you guys so that you have some resources, right? I've been working on these things so that I can bring them to you and get them to you in a more efficient manner, if you understand what I mean. Right? So stay tuned for this episode, because I think that a lot of information that you'll get from this particular episode will be useful for you guys going forward. Because what I've done is, over the past couple of weeks, I've taken some time out as it relates to posting to really put some things in place in the background that will help me to give you more value, right? So as a designer, or as an architectural technologist in Jamaica, or even as a resident who is going to do construction, I believe that this information will be valuable for you. So I decided to just take some time out and do that part in order to give you more value. Alright, so guys, whenever I am not on, please go ahead and watch videos that you have not watched before, because they will help the channel, right? And it will allow me to do the background stuff so that I can help you even more. Alright, so for this episode, I'm talking about the construction boom that is going on right now. If you don't know, if you're not in Jamaica at the moment, what you're missing is that there is a construction boom going on in Jamaica right now. There's a lot of construction going on. Guys, if you can't hear me, please tell me. Let me know if you're hearing me properly. Alright? So there's a construction boom going on in Jamaica right now. A lot of construction is taking place. I don't know if it is, well, I think it is because of the lockdown that happened before. A lot of projects were pushed off, or were delayed, or halted because of the lockdown, right? And as a result of things opening back, a lot of people are now ready to do construction. So if you're in Jamaica and you are looking to do construction now, I think now is a good time, right? Now is a good time. Oh, I didn't do the big ups. Sorry about that. Big up to Shells 3, Shelvez 3, and big up to Byron Marshall. Big up yourself. Always there in the building. And a very consistent supporter of the channel. Big up yourself. Shells, big up yourself as well. I always see you joining. Right? So I appreciate you. Don't forget to click the like, guys. Don't forget to click the like as you come in. And I'm drinking water, guys, as usual. Right? So yeah, as I was saying, there's a construction boom going on right now, and I think now is the best time to actually do construction, based on what I'm seeing, I guess, because everything is opening back up and stuff like that. Even though some materials are very high, or the cost of certain materials are high. So like timber right now is very high, very expensive, right? So that's what's going on within the construction industry. I see a lot of apartments going up, across Kingston. A lot of townhouses, a lot of communities, right? There are a lot of communities that are coming up now, right? So that's pretty much what's going on as it relates to that. If you're not in Jamaica, that's what's really happening in Jamaica right now. Construction boom, and I believe it is directly related to that lockdown, right? Because a lot of projects were halted, and because it's now the economy is now opening back, then you know people are going to start their construction at this point. Alright, so a resource that I wanted to discuss with you guys is the sizing or properly sizing your sewage system, right? So I decided to just do a little presentation for you guys because most of the times whenever we're doing construction or whenever residents are doing construction or they're thinking about having their design done, a lot of them come and they will say, you know, they know exactly what they want so far, but there are a lot of things in the background that your architect, your engineer, your designer or architectural technologist will have to understand and know in order to get you to where you want, right? A lot of people always say that to me, and I always tell them to book an appointment, but sometimes they don't understand that there are certain things that you must discuss in order to get you what you want, right? Or to guide you in the right direction, basically. And so I decided to share this information. Hopefully you learn something from it. Alright, so let me just bring that up. Alright, so this is about properly sizing your sewage system, right? So within your development or design, while designing your project, your designer, your architect will have to understand certain things in order to, what I say, get you to where you want to go, right? And in order to do so, sewage is very important. The disposal of sewage used within the building, right? So that is a very important factor, and sometimes that particular aspect of things does affect the overall overall feasibility of a particular project, right? So if it is that you have, or most of the times what will happen is a homeowner will want to overdevelop a property, right? Meaning that they want to get the maximum out of this particular property, and they want a lot of rooms, and the building must be x wide, x big. They want x number of bedrooms, x number of bathrooms, and they don't understand that, or you won't understand that the number of rooms or number of occupants within the building will affect sewage disposal, and that will affect the overall usage of the land as it relates to the square footage of the building and the feasibility of having the proper sewage disposal system, right? So firstly, you have to understand that when you're doing a development or building your home, right, the sewage system that you have on your property has to be set back from your building and from your boundary, right? It has to be set back from your building and your boundary. Now, when I say setback, it simply means that the sewage system, there's an X distance that it should be from your building, and there's X distance that it should be from your property line, right? And you should have, well, let me not get to that yet. Alright, so for here we see where we are looking at a septic tank, right? Septic tank is like a chamber where you send the sewage to, and you know, it separates the solid from the liquid, right? But this should be set back 1.5 meters from your foundation, from the building foundation, right? Same thing again, septic tank from the property line, right? It must be set back at least 1.5 meter from the property line. So you're looking at 1.5 meter from the building and 1.5 meter from the property line, right? And then within that area you can put your septic tank. But it also needs to be set back from your tile field, right? So according to this document, I got this document from the Ministry of Health's website, right? These are resources that are available to anybody. You can go and search for them and you can utilize them, right? I just collect these information over the years so that whenever I am doing a drawing, I have these resources that I can utilize and I can reference them, alright? So you should have your tile field 6 meters from the septic tank, right? Yeah, so no, the septic tank should be 6 meters from the tile field, right? And they also said that tile field or alternate, so you can have something else. It can be a setback from the septic tank of 0.5 meters. So in such a case, for this, I would say there is a situation where I need it to be closer, because based on the size of the land, and maybe I want to use that particular system, I can always refer to the council or ask them, okay, can I use one that is closer, right? So also the tile field or alternate, right, from the property line it should be 3 meters, right? Tile field from the building 6 meters, right? So again, you can always reference these to the council or speak to the council about them if it is that you're going to go against that, right? Always remember that. So these are other stuff. It describes what a primary treatment system, because you have different types of treatment systems, right? So you have primary treatment system, secondary treatment system, and tertiary treatment system. In Jamaica right now, we're mainly using the tertiary system, right? We mainly use the tertiary system based on my experience over the years. The parish council normally recommend a tertiary system, alright? So it shows you what a primary system is, right? So you have secondary, you mean septic tank and an absorption pit, right? That would be a primary system, right? For your secondary system, an example of that is a septic tank and a mounted tile field, or mounted tile field, right? So you once you select which system you're going to use, which should be the tertiary system, you can then speak to your engineer if it is that you're not really, say you are a designer, right, and you want a particular system in place. You can always talk to your engineer and have him, maybe you want to suggest this system, the particular system to him, based on the size of the land. Then you can always recommend any of these, right? So for the tertiary system, you have septic tank and evapotranspiration bed, right? Septic tank and rebed, right? And this system is normally one of the ones that is really popular to use. Septic tank, sand field, and rebed, right? And let me see, biodigester, septic tank, and rebed. So normally I personally try to use septic tank, rebed, and absorption pit, right? So it goes down to to give you more information on that. right? So what I'm going to do, and this is one of the reasons why you haven't seen me online as much. I'm going to email this information to whoever is on the email list. So I'll talk a little bit more about that once I'm finished with this. All right. So let's see: septic tank, rebed, tertiary system, physical and biological. Right. So all this information is available to you, and I'll send you that information. Right. So if you're not a part of the newsletter list, please get on it. Right. So, and I'll tell you about that after I'm finished with this. So it breaks down that, but that's not what I want to really. That's not the most important thing that I want to share with you, right? So let me share the other one that I have with you. Everett Scott, big up yourself. They say representing both you and Rice. Oh, big up yourself, big up yourself. With Rice, big up yourself as well. Let me share the other one for you guys. Alright. Alright. So this document now, I actually got this document by going down to the Ministry of Health. So a couple years ago, I was submitting a set of plans. Like the first time I ever submitted a set of drawings, right? I found that I was going to the council because of the sizing of the different system, right? And came to find out that there's a resource there that will help me with that. So for the domestic wastewater system sizing, there's a sizing based on the number of room within your building, right? Now imagine if you develop your land in such a way, you're in an area that there is no central sewage, right? And you need to have the sewage system on your property. So you may need to put it maybe at the back, maybe at the front, right? But it must be accounted for on your property because there's no sewer main or a central sewage system available within that area, right? If it is that you overdevelop or overbuild, and the footprint of the building does not leave enough space or account for these areas, because a lot of homeowners, when they go ahead and build without a building plan, chances are they don't know how much that footprint should be in order to account for the sewage disposal system, right? And it's a second thought. It's not something that they think about because they don't know, right? And even so, if they do have say a contractor who have considered it, chances are the sizing may be a little bit off, because again, you didn't get an approval, and this is what they would be looking for once they're doing the approval, right? Alright, so for the number of bedrooms, so say you have 1 to 3 bedrooms, right? The volume, the expected volume, right, would be this. Wastewater volume expected would be 0.6 to 1.3 cubic meters, right? That would be per hour, I think. But let's look past this and look at the sizing of them, right? So if it is that you want a septic tank for 1 to 3 person, you would need a size of 2.7 cubic meter, right? So the sizing, the length, the width, the height of it must be able to handle a capacity of 2.7 cubic meter, right? For the tile field, you would need 22.6 square meter, right? And for the evapotranspiration bed, you'd need 129 square meter for that, right? And the same thing for the 1 to 3 persons or 3 bedrooms, you need, for the rebed, you need 14.6 square meter, right? So whatever length and width for the rebed or any one of these, length and width and height in the case of cubic meter for the septic tank should be equated to these numbers, right? Normally you want your rebed, tile field, septic tank, rebed, evapotranspiration bed, you want it to be more longer than wider, right? So the ratio to it, it should be longer, and in length, and width should be shorter, right? So almost twice, basically. Twice the length should be twice the width, or almost twice. Well, it should be more than twice the width, or it should be at least twice the width. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Alright, so if you have 4 bedrooms, again, you can look on the table and you see the volume of water that you'd be dealing with, or the volume of wastewater that you'd be dealing with within an hour, and the different sizing of them, right? So again, if you want to select your septic tank, say you're using a septic tank, tile field, and a rebed. No, sorry, septic tank, tile field, and a pit, right? Then you'd know that for this one it would be 2.8 square cubic meter, and for the tile field you need it to be 330.2 meter square in such a case, right? And then you send it to the absorption pit. So it's a termination point, and once it goes through this, then you know that is mostly treated water. You can't drink it, don't drink it. Don't drink it. Right? So this resource I have, and I will send it to you guys, right? Alright, so that resource is there. I've spent some time to really go through and created it for you guys, and I'll send that to you. Alright, so when I say that I'm gonna send that to you, this is what I've been up to. So basically what I've done is I've created a landing page for the channel, right? So if it is that you want to get updates before the lives or before I post a video, you can go to that landing page and just enter your information, so your name, your email address, and maybe your phone number, right? And what it will do is, once I'm doing an episode, I put those resources together and email it to you to give you a little reminder, because a lot of people subscribe to the channel and they're not getting updates, right? Because after a while the channel YouTube algorithm will remove your notification, because you haven't been on the channel for a while. Maybe you're on vacation or something, but if you don't if you don't click that bell button again, then after a while you're not going to get the notification, right? For whatever reason, right? So that's what I've been doing. Also, I've created a situation where after each live, if it is that I discuss any resource on the channel, for example for today, what I will do is put those information in an email and then send it to you free of cost, right? Free of cost. And what that will do is you will have that information available to you, and you can do your thing over time. Say you're on a site and you need to check something, you can always go back to the email and say, hey, AJAWI TV, I had that from them, so you can have a look and then you're on your way, right? Even as a designer, these information you should be collecting them. All right. So basically, I created a news list, a newsletter situation where you get these resources, um, and you can then build on them. All right. And also, I will try to give you, like, what do you call it? Say promotions or stuff like that. Not necessarily from me to you, but say it is a situation where I see that, hey, there is a promotion going on where you guys can benefit, and I think that this is a good opportunity for you as it relates to the particular promotion and the products that are available. For example, if there is a certain discount, because normally there are discounts, or there are times when certain hardwares are actually doing sales, right? And if you can catch these sales, you will actually save a lot on construction, right? I think home and things. There's a hardware down the road from me. I don't remember their name, but they do sales or promotional events on the weekends. Almost every weekend, past they're giving like 50% discount or 30% discount on building products. So it's always good to have this information. All right. So that's pretty much it for that. So what I want you to do, go on the page, right? Go on our YouTube page, because it's both yours and I, right? And if you look up at the top of the page, let me just share my screen with you so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me just share my page with you. Alright, so I'm gonna share my page with you now. Alright, so if you go, hold on, the chat box is okay, there we go. So if you go on the page and you go to this, click this little icon here, it will allow you to subscribe to our newsletter, right? And for the newsletter, what I've done is set it up in such a way where you get information that I believe are very valuable. So say there's a new change within the building code and I think that you guys need to know, then I'll send it to you. Or maybe there's a promotion that AJAWI Construction is having, then I'll let you know so that you guys can benefit from it as early as possible. Alright, so just go there, and this right here, you click on it and it will take you to the sign up page for the newsletter, and then you just, alright, let me just click it and let you see, right? So this is the news page, right? So you just click on it, enter your email, first name, last name, and you'll get, right, you'll get an email, and you just click subscribe, and I'll send you information as they come to me, right? And also for this particular episode, I've already done an email for the resources from this live, and I'll send that to you. All right. Alright, so I hope that that will help you guys. So what have I been up to? I've also been a little bit under the weather, guys. A little bit under the weather because I was reading a couple of what did I say, comments on the channel, and it did kind of rub me a little bit wrong, but you know, it helped me to really take a little step back to really reset. Sometimes we have to be careful of how we come across, guys. I want all of people to understand that. I try to be as polite as possible, right? and I didn't answer the comment, but sometimes I decide to just take a little step back if it is that the conversations are getting a little bit too personal, or I find where the person may be saying something that is not necessarily constructive. I may not answer, and I may remove it because I just don't want the negative energy on the channel. So I basically took a little step back to really reset and then come again, and to also work on those things. Alright, so I'm not gonna stay long with you tonight because it's basically a reboot for me. So I want to say thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for supporting the channel so far. I'm going to send off the resources that I just showed you, right? So if you're a designer, sign up. If you're if you're a homeowner looking to build and you need this information, it's just right, Scott. It's just say a name. No, I try not to cow down anybody. You know that already. You know my style already. I try to avoid certain things, and I try to remain as professional as possible, right? But sometimes people come and they say things not because you as an individual are not because you are doing a bad job or something, or not because you are a negative person, but because they may have something going on in their life, and but it kind of, I never liked the comment, so I just left it alone. But it made me want to just take a few weeks off, or a few days off, to really focus on myself a little and to deal with what I got going on, because a lot of people don't understand that it takes a lot out of us to really sit and prepare this content and to bring it to others for free, right? And when you're not necessarily appreciated of it, it kind of, it's kind of, I wouldn't say hurtful, but it's not something that rub you the right way, if you understand what I mean. And also, like, yeah, exactly, Byron. People look for attention at times, cause like, I don't think that the comment was necessary, but I appreciated the comment because again, it will help me to grow. But I think that Nemshi, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just after a while, if you don't get the notification, you have to go back and re-click the bell and click all notifications, and you will get all notifications. But also remember, I have been doing some background stuff, so I've created a resource where you get the information directly to your email. Just sign up for the newsletter, and that will help you, right? That will help you. No, the person was just a little bit rude, and I never necessarily liked it. I protect my energy at all times, right? So I'm not gonna repeat that negative energy. So I normally just ignore certain comments and leave it alone. Alright? But also when people reach out to me, I always tell people, the channel is there for you. It's a resource. Ask your questions on the channel. If it is that you don't get a reply, eventually we'll get to you. But if it is that you want a direct response, or you want a consultation, then you have to book that consultation, and you have to pay for that, right? What you don't understand is this. Yeah, some people do enjoy making mystery, but here's the thing. So one of the reasons why I had to park a little was when I check my electrical bill. When I was checking that message, I was like, alright, cool, I'm doing some videos and stuff like that. And then my electrical bill came, and trust me, it was not pretty. And because I'm using these lights and stuff like that, and dude, it was high. I'm like, my light bill was like 15G, and I'm like, what am I doing to be using such? You understand? And I'm like, yo, it, and I think it's because of the pandemic, guys. I think the electrical company is using it as an excuse. But when I saw the comment, I was like, I spent the time to do this, and then people are saying that, and they don't understand that there are other things in the background that happens that you don't understand. You understand? So I try to. Nemji, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, and I'm very appreciative of those that are here tonight. Right? Even if you don't comment, I appreciate the fact that you came out and support the channel. And if you notice, what I've done is restrict the comment section to those that are actually subscribers, because I want to get information to those that have already subscribed to the channel, those that have been a long time member of the channel, right? So those that are subscribed and that subscribe to the newsletter, if it is that there are anything that's going on, I'm gonna let you know, so that you can have the resource, because you have dedicated yourself to actually supporting the channel and supporting everything that we're doing, right? But don't watch that. Sometimes we have to just take a reboot. That's how it is, right? And I'm back. So I'll try to give you more videos, right? Try to give you more videos, more consistent videos. Also, like for the project that I was telling you about, the Build with AJAWI series, I'm working on that. We're actually in bidding stage at the moment. So we actually send out a tender, inviting contractors to come and bid on the project, and that's in the process. My QS is actually working on that now, and then what will happen is, once we select the contractor and we actually start building from groundbreaking until completion, I'm going to take you along the way, all the way through that, to show you guys how to go about doing construction while you're not here in Jamaica, right? I think a lot of people need to do that, and I think that that series will be very valuable to you guys, and I'll put it in a playlist, so you'll have from one go straight down. All of them will be in a playlist, so you guys can always watch that, right? Yeah, adverts, they most of the times they don't want to pay for it, so it doesn't make, basically, they're not necessarily understanding the shift in society in Jamaica. There isn't a understanding of what I say, social media marketing. I mean, they will go to the bigger companies like Facebook and stuff like that, or even YouTube. They will do the the ads, but they don't necessarily go to influencers as much, right? So construction companies don't necessarily go to influencers. Who knows? Maybe it will change, but who knows, right? But I appreciate that suggestion, because maybe it will help to offset some of those costs, right? But for those that have actually subscribed and actually watched the videos, that does help. And when you like the videos, that help, right? That helps a lot, because YouTube does reward us for that, right? So once you're watching the videos and you're watching the ads, we do get some amount of incentives from that, and that helps to offset some of the costs that are associated with it, right? So again, I'm not gonna stay long with you guys, right? I'm not gonna stay long tonight, because I want to get some rest, because I have a lot going on for the week. As I say, I have a project that I'm really on, and a couple of other projects that I'm working on for returning residents, and I want to ensure that I get some rest, because tomorrow is Emancipation Day. So is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. So I want to say that happy Emancipation Day to everybody, Independence and all of them, something to everybody, right? All of the Jamaican people them. So big up on yourself. Yeah, YouTube has a large viewership, but Jamaicans don't. What happened for the information on the? I'm going there Tuesday. Made an appointment. But guess what I'm gonna do for that, guys? And I'm excited for that. Well, I wonder if we can even say this for YouTube, guys. So if you watch the last two for the insulated panels, if you watch the last two episodes, right? They said that it is bullet. It can stop a bullet, right? As in, I don't want to misquote, but they said that it can stop a bullet. I decided that I'm going to call the range, right? I decided that I was going to call the range and actually go up there. So I spoke to the factory. They said that they will provide the material, and I said, okay, I want to shoot that and see if it actually stops the bullet, right? So I call the range and them say, yeah man, can't come. All you have to do pay X amount of money, right? X amount of money, and we will shoot it for you, right? Them say them will shoot it for me. And I was like, yeah. I call back the factory and them say, yeah man, we'll provide the material and you can shoot it. And because it's all for the family, right? All for the AJAWI family. So yeah, that will be some good information for you guys to see if there is an alternate. Because a lot of people, a lot of times, they think about only black and steel, traditional black and steel, simply because they must say, boy, more if my house get shoot up, I'm good. But is concrete, black and steel really going to stop a bullet like that? I've seen situations where houses get shoot up and them inside and the concrete actually stop the bullet, but will an alternate situation actually stop it? So that's why I'm going to carry it to them and let them shoot it, and then bring you guys the information so that you can make better decisions, right? So I'm excited about that, guys. I'm very excited about that. So if you haven't seen the other episodes, go watch them, and once the new one come out, click the like, click the subscribe, and click the notification bell on them, and send up the like, guys. Watch the videos straight through, right? Watch the videos straight through, because those information I think is very valuable for people. Alright, so again, I'm gonna leave you guys. So the resources will be sent off by tomorrow. I've already put that, I've already scheduled it to go out tomorrow. That's the resources that you saw in this episode. If it is that you want these resources at the end of each episode, let me know by going to the newsletter, clicking on it. You know where that is on the page. Just click on it and fill out the information so that I can send you information. Again, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, these are the services that I offer, right? These are the services that I offer. You can always check out my website. That's www.AJAWIConstruction.com, right? I'm AJAWI, and I want to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for joining me on a Sunday, and look out for the next episode. I think that will be great. That will be exciting, right? So I'm gonna visit the factory, do some videos, do some flyover, walk through the factory to see what it is. Then after that, the next episode will be about shooting foam concrete buildings, right? So Look out for that. I appreciate you. See you next time. Alright? Peace out. Big up yourself, Rice. Big up yourself, Byron. Big up yourself, Nemshi. Big up yourself. Who else there? Alright, Scott. Big up yourself, Shelves. All of you guys who are here, I want to say thank you. And I appreciate each and every one of you.